Hey, I believe it's January the 11th, 2019. And y'all want to do a real quick one. Just doing a little bit of exercising out here. And just to take a shower, go to work. But I wanted to do a quick one. And in fact, it's a two-parter. We're going to talk about, of course, Scotty He's going down in ball flames, or it seems as though, and starting today. All right, we're going to talk about that, but before we do, I do want to mention, as far as the K&D music, you got the Dolly list and the Dolly report. I know I missed it the past 2 days. Tomorrow we're going to really get into it. Not only that, it's amazing. What's happened over the past 2-3 days? It's amazing. So I can't wait to share that with y'all. But to get into the Scotty Israel thing in the Parkland, y'all saw what I saw, all right? And, a lot of us seen it coming. Does not take a psychic, all right? Ain't no sort of genius over here, but we've been calling it for weeks. And weeks. All right, so Scotty Israel just started to taste a little bit of it. He got a little taste today. He's been getting a little taste, but I think he really tasted it today. All right, I wanted to talk about that. And I do briefly want to mention that, of course, we all know who I'm talking about, but you might go out in your everyday to-day life, and if Parkland comes up or something like that in conversation, you might say things that are just totally beyond the pale for a lot of people. Like, if I were to tell people, and I can easily, if I were to tell people, well, you don't like David Hogg and whatnot, and I understand, but that he's actually 95% of what he's saying is definite bald-faced lies, for sure. And they'll, some people will be like, some people will have some idea, mostly on the internet, but a lot of people in real life, if you were to say that, you might notice that they can't hear you. They can't calculate what you just said. Obviously, what you just said was preposterous. They don't like David Hogg, but they feel like he couldn't have been lying. He couldn't have been lying. He couldn't have been lying. So, yeah, we all know people like that. People who technically, they'll be watching the television, they'll see the programming, and they'll get programmed, right, to think a certain way. And that certain way is loosely based on reality. Kind of like they had to be sort of based on true events. So you'll notice, of course, that people watching these programs will be all carried away by it. But really, mostly it's false, like 90% false. Anyways, everybody saw today, you got the governor of Florida all over the television, behind podiums and stuff, talking about, this guy, Sheriff Scotty Israel, he needs to go right now, because how incredibly incompetent and just totally neglectful his job was. And in fact, if he wasn't so repugnant, and these are my own words, but basically, to paraphrase, Governor was like, if he wasn't so disgraceful, the shooting might not have ever happened. All right, and he said out in public. So the thing is, that in of itself, you might not notice, but that is widely available to everybody. Everybody's going to hear the governor when the governor calls you out for being just totally scum garbage, right? So everybody heard that. Everybody heard it. And with that being said, I just want to interject that, okay, if everybody heard it, and if now it is a popular consensus that Sheriff Israel has not the first clue how to protect the people, if that is the case, and technically everything you ever heard of Sheriff Israel's mouth, a lot of it contradictory, everything now comes up to question, right? Even and especially Scott Peterson. I don't know if Scott Peterson was a lame duck, or I don't know if he totally messed up. I have no idea still. All right, but it does come up into question because Sheriff Scotty Israel said it. Sheriff Scotty Israel said a lot of things. He said there's no gas masks. He said there was no smoke bombs and stuff. He said a lot of things, a whole heap of things. All right, and they all come into question. And that's out for everybody to see, and their mama, all right? So anyways, it's January the 11th, 2019, and come to this channel, we're going to do more predicting of the future, all right? I'll holler at y'all, and I appreciate y'all.